Hey, good morning from the chapel. I keep trying to do these things on Facebook Live, and I can't seem to keep the connection straight. So I'll just record it and post it, and maybe it'll be helpful to you. I'm Quintin. I'm in the chapel again this morning, and it's a Monday. Thought I'd share just a few thoughts with you that I've got that's just rolling around in me that maybe be helpful to you. That's why I do these, is that maybe your life will be increased a little bit. And So, one of the things I realize as I pastor folks is that we live in a stressful world today. It's always been stressful, but I think today it even gets more stressful, and people are worried. They're worried about everything, and we get stress in our lives from the jobs we do, from the family challenges that we face, from just the day-to-day realities. And sometimes I realize people just don't know how to move past that worry that can paralyze us at times. And so I thought I'd give you a few little steps. I ministered yesterday on nevertheless. If you do a study in the scriptures, you'll find out that several times Christ goes, nevertheless, if it be thy will. In Psalms, it says, nevertheless, the Lord forgave them of their sins. And then you just find Paul going, nevertheless, in spite of all these afflictions and this anguish, our trust is in God. God comforts us. And probably one of the greatest stories that I like is found in Luke 5, where the Lord speaks to Peter and says, hey, drop your nets on the other side of the boat. And Peter goes, listen, I fished all night, but at your word, nevertheless, at your word. So nevertheless is one of those words that can break us through the worry, break us through the concerns, move us past whatever it is that might be paralyzing us at the moment. And so just some pragmatic ways of dealing with stress in our lives is number one is 3 little steps. Number one, get the facts. If you're facing something and you're worried about it, stop, slow down, get a piece of paper, put it on your computer, type out what are the facts about the situation that you're looking at, that you're going through. Number 2, analyze it a little bit and figure out, well, now what could I do? Could I, could I run from it? Could I hide from it? Could I put it off? You could do all those things. And, but what is it that you could do in response to the facts that you have? And number 3, just make a decision. Make a decision. Don't keep putting it off. Choose whichever one of those things that you can do. Take action to it. And when you take action to it, stick with it. Don't keep going back and over-analyzing it. You'll just build more stress into your life. I mean, here's the facts. Here's the options that I have to it. Here's the decision that I've made. And now you can stand there and go, well, nevertheless, at the word of the Lord and in the response and in the ability that I have, here's what I can do. And live in that choice and realize that if the minute you begin to doubt that, it'll open up even more stress in your life. So just those 3 little steps of get all the facts you can get. Number 2, think about all the options and all the things you could do. And number 3, make a decision and do it, and just stick to it. Just commit to it. And stay focused on it. And maybe the last thing is, don't drag the past with you, and don't anticipate the future too much. I mean, we got to plan for the future, but you got to live today. You got to live in this moment, and maybe have a day-tight compartment in your life. And by that, what I really mean is, there's airtight compartments in ships and in submarines, those kind of things that keep or every time you get on a plane, it's an airtight plane so that you can breathe as it goes above. Well, you need a day-tight reality in your life so that you get up in the morning, you realize what you got to do, you analyze it, you make some decisions, and for today, you stick to it, and you live rather in this day-tight reality, and then, move forward in the next day. And I think if we live in that pragmatic way, then we can look at situations, challenges that we're going through, and we can go, nevertheless, at your word, Lord, I will do these things and accomplish these things. And I think sometimes we're waiting on that booming voice coming from wherever, when the Lord's looking at us to look at the facts we have, consider the options we have, and make a decision, make a choice. And I think that is the nevertheless. And that'll move us beyond the stress, and it'll move us beyond the worry, and it'll break us out of the paralyzation of whatever problem we're facing today. So I'm Pastor Quintin. I'm here at the chapel. I know that you can get online. You can go to the Father's House website. You can download stuff. You can get the sermon in a day or so from yesterday. And my hope is that on a Monday morning, I kind of give you a little inspiration, a little nudge as to how to take a step and get around the stress and the worry. You know, years ago, the Mayo brothers said that 50% of a lot of the illnesses that we face have their foundation in this worry and in this stress that we have. So hopefully that'll help you a little bit, bring some healing into your life. So from my heart, from the heart of Kansas, from the heart of America, peace, blessings.